DONUTSHOP deck. I would assume that's how you pronounce it. And as we start this one, let me know your favorite donut. With that being said, let's get into this box. I hope your day has been well, by the way, and you're ready to relax and play some solitaire. I'm just trying to find out where this deck opens up. And it looks like it's right across this tape. So, let's get this going. Okay, that's some really thick tape, so give me 1 second. I don't know, maybe this isn't where it's supposed to open. It says just to cut along. Oh yeah, we're fine. We are fine. Very thick. Or maybe not. Very confusing. Anyway, that took a while. So this is our box. A nice little donut shape box. Well, donut box shape box. With some interesting cards. Little variation on our regular type of face cards. And you know what? I don't mind it. The jokers are neat, the back cards are nice. And let's put this back in its box and get ready for tonight's games. Okay, so favorite donut. That seems like quite the question. I'm not too big of a fan of donuts, honestly. But I think now my favorite donut would have to be a maple bar. Isn't that kind of a lame answer? And my second place is just as lame, if not lamer. I'd say a maple bar and an old-fashioned are my favorite donuts. And if anything, a chocolate sprinkle as well. Now I bet some of you are going to say something like blueberry cream filled donut with cream cheese frosting. Never thought that would be a thing somewhere, but then again, I don't really know donut shops. Oh, would you look at this start to our night? Triple nines. Something tells me deja vu. Alright, let's do it. I remember as a kid, my sister would work at a restaurant that was open pretty late. And every once in a while, typically on weekends, she would come back with a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts for everyone in the house. And I'd always pick out the chocolate sprinkled donut or the strawberry sprinkled donut. And then that donut shop got taken down for about, I guess, 10 years. And was nothing. And then became a chicken shop. So kind of interesting. Now it's back in a different spot. Had it once or twice, I think. And then it was like, dang, these donuts kinda suck. I've never had a Dunkin' Donuts Donuts donut, but I hear it's kind of a, I don't know if it's a good donut. I know they have good coffee, from what I've heard. But Krispy Kreme donuts, they are just ridiculously sugary and very minimal donut feel. Like once you bite into it, it's super fried and just a thick layer of sugar all around, not just the top. It's not my thing. I like it at Maple Bar because there is a boring element to it where it's just the dough under the icing, as it looks to be the end of our first game. 1-2 for the only ace not present, of course. Now we're for that queen, 7, 10, and lastly, king. Not a bad game considering the 999 start, but would have been better to get some more plays in. Let's see which cards are left unturned. It has to be something tricky, you'd think. Double fours, triple twos, there it is, double fives. And double sixes. Well, there's your tricky. Anyway, back to donuts. So Maple Bar, the ones I've had, they're typically very strong on the icing on top, and then very boring, like with a thick layer of dough, so the ratio is surprisingly good. But in my opinion, you could only eat like 3 bites before getting bored. And just thinking, it's too much. An old-fashioned is actually very good if you've never had it. I guess I should say an old-fashioned glaze, to be a little more accurate. I think those are nice, since they're firm, they're dense, and I guess they're more, I don't know, actually I was gonna say cake-like, but they're not. They're kind of their own design. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but not the entire thing is iced. It's just a sweet, soft, crumbly donut that kind of just fades away in your mouth. And there are like 2 sections to it. The initial ring of the donut, which is a little thicker than the outer part, and then the outer part, as I just said, which has a nice little crunch to it. That's what I like about it. There's different texture, as opposed to just being soft and sweet. What else did I say was my favorite donut? Oh, chocolate sprinkled. It's just a variation if you want chocolate. You know how sometimes chocolate sounds like, ugh, too much chocolate. Well, if you want some chocolate, but not too much, I guess that's the way to go. Again, sprinkles just for the crunch more than anything. Alright, we actually have ourselves a very strong start so far. Let's see if we can keep it up throughout this game and maybe come back with a victory at some point. Oh wow. us finish placing down our cards. Nope, not yet. That is ridiculous what just happened in the best way possible for us. Maybe this will be a perfect game. I know, kind of out there, but let's see if it happens. Fat stack number 1 to our left. Let's see if there's a second one in the works. And just in case you're newer or haven't seen a perfect game yet, they are very rare. And that would mean, you know, let's wait for that one. We get 4 fat stacks without building on any aces. So that means we make all possible plays and then wrap it up for a guaranteed win. But if you were to build once upon those aces, that takes away the perfect game, just like this. As we lost our opportunity, but we do get a second fat stack. So almost. Just couldn't build anything we couldn't build anything through our deck. Right here. And now we're in a position where we might not even get a win, so let's build and see how far we go. As that's as far as we can go, so double check time. Nowhere for that 7, 5, 6, 10, or 7. That is so cruel. It looked like we might have had a guaranteed win with how quick we're making those plays. And then seemingly out of nowhere they just stopped and we were left with a 2. That's just ridiculous. Well, on to our third game of the night, and let's give this deck a little bit of a rating. So, I'm actually a little disappointed with this deck. With the color of the box being as vibrant as it is, you would assume it to be a little more vibrant itself. But all of the colors in this deck are a bit soft and don't stand out too much. Same with the face cards, they are all a soft color and don't provide that oomph that you would want. At least for my tastes and what you'd expect from this deck. Like that black card right there has like a shade of brown. That doesn't make it stand out as much. The texture is a bit thick, dealing this out. It's a little hard to get a nice clean shuffle. It's durable, I'll give it that. But almost to a bad extent. So let's see where that ends this, or wrap this one up at. I say, even though I think the coloring's the biggest miss with this deck, so I'm feeling kind of harsh, but I can give it a 6.5. Because these face cards could have been much more creative as well. They're nice. But when you think donut, you don't think bland and boring. You think colorful and sweet. And did we really just... No freaking way. Okay, one card being away from a shutout. That was almost our start right now. But just in case it happens again, let's do a thorough check. as there's nowhere for that 7, 8, 9, 3. There we go, a 5. Let's see if we have another oh, there we go. Alright, now I made something of this game. That's good. So I think we'll get another play at least from this next go through. But from there, I don't know. Here we go. I mean, it's something. I think we might be done. So, double check time, I suppose. Nowhere for that 7, 8, 9, oh, wait a second. Here we go. This is 7, 8, 9, and lastly 7. All we could do is build that 2 in just another unfortunate game here. So we move on to our silent game. And we really need to have a comeback, don't we? Double 6s. Double 8s, double kings, triple 6s, and double 10s. Not good at all. And with that, talk to you later. Is it just me? Or does it feel like you could tell these games aren't going anywhere very quickly? I think what's betrayed us the most is our draw card pile and our inability to transfer cards between stacks throughout the night. You could probably say that with most solitaire games, but tonight it's been apparent early on and easy to identify. Just kind of leading to some very high play games but very uneventful finishes, to where there's still quite a bit left on the field either way. Here we go. Last game of the night. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so we're off. And it doesn't look too promising, I'm not gonna lie. Triple eights so early. Again, it feels like our hand has almost nothing that we can do with it. And that might be our last play of the night, as there's nowhere for that 4, nowhere for that 9, nowhere for that 4, nowhere for that 3, nowhere for that 3 and king, so double 4s and 3s, same suit, color, 9 and a king. What'd I tell you? Our hand and inability to transfer has just been extra rough tonight. So for the final time, the cards that kept us from doing anything were double 6s, double 7s, double 5s, a little straight right there, double aces, double 2s, triple 2s, quadruple 2s, double 10s, and double queens. Nastiest game of the night. This donut deck did not deliver at all. Let me know what you thought of this deck and the face cards. I think a 6.5 might be a little generous now. The box is really nice though, I'll give it that, a nice little twist. But ultimately, it's the contents of what's inside, not... Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry, I am very tired tonight. Anyway, my friend, that will be it. I hope you had fun, even though it was a massacre. And if you want to leave a comment, leave massacre as a comment, because it wasn't pretty tonight. Anyway, I hope you have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams. And until we meet again, please stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.